What you want? What you want? When sunshine don't come for you. Tell me what you wanna do. What you gonna do? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you work and you had bad trades, you go to school and learn the golden. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get out, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You took it on that one, you took it on this one, you took it on your mother and you took it on your father, you took it on your brother and you took it on your sister, you took it on that one and you took it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now give you no break. Police now give you no break. That old soldier man I give you no break. Not even your IG now give you no break. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
What's going on, Conscious crew? Welcome to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. Of course, it is your favorite breakdown commentator, Consciouztv, and this is one of my favorite co-hosts who does the absolute motherfucking mostest. What's going on, sis?
Hey, I'm doing
Are you
good.
ready for this review, bitch?
Yes, ma'am.
You know I'm gonna have to issue out a disclaimer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The disclaimer, you guys, is no matter what the fuck you hear tonight, I promise you, me and Reckless are not haters. I don't give a damn what gets said. I don't give a damn what energy it gets said with. I can promise to you that we are not haters. Honest, fair, but never motherfucking haters. Okay? So before we get into the minutia, you guys already know what to do. Give me an old nasty piece of thumbs up. This assists with YouTube's algorithm. It helps them to recommend the channel and all of that good jazz to unsuspecting YouTube patrons. Also, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because if I motherfucking like it, you're gonna motherfucking love it. Okay? You need to make sure that your notification bell is also set to all because you never know what day or hour that content may be dropping from the motherfucking kingdom, bitch. And if you want to take it just a little step further, go ahead and share, motherfucking share. Now, Reckless, you done got that sneeze out. Can you go ahead and let the people know where they can find you at out here on these YouTube streets?
Hello. My name is Reckless Logicc. If this is your first time seeing me, my YouTube channel name is the name that you already see on the screen, Reckless Logicc with 2 C's, because guess what? We are unique. That's it.
And with no further ado, bitch, let go.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm actually like low-key excited about this, and my thoughts are fucking loaded.
Oh Lord.
Motherfucking show. It's motherfucking loaded, okay? I knew the tea was gonna be piping hot, and it was gonna be some shit, baby, from the window to the motherfucking wall. When I saw that goddamn super trailer, and I saw that at least everybody at one point in time on the show ended up with a mouthful of blood. I already knew, girl, it was about to be some shit snake. So before we even get into heavy, let me say, y'all shout out to my mentor and one of my best friends, Larry D. Reed. He actually suggested that I actually cover this season of Bad Boys. I just spoke with him like 2 days ago. He was like, nigga, you got to review this fucking show, okay? Give the Conscious crew a motherfucking review. So we're going to be following this season. For those of you who don't have subscriptions, Gworl, and you don't want to pay a little $5.99, Gworl, just hit me up, honey. I'll slide you my passwords. You can keep up with all of the goddamn shenanigans and ashiness that's going on over all the Crenshaw type shit going on, girl. Zeus producing straight up Crenshaw content. Straight up Crenshaw, baby. Like the hard not like Michigans and Detroiters, girl. Nasty piece of hard not times in Harlem, girl. Crime Mob, Nuck and Buck, goddamn content. Or you can go to Google. Shout out to Gordini from Chasing Reality Girl, and just Google Zeus Network passwords. And there's lots of threads, girl, where people offering up free passwords, girl, for you to get your subscription on. Oh, now, before we get into, girl, just the conversation, what did you make of the goddamn trailer? Like, what did you think? Like, what were you expecting off of first look?
Honestly, I wasn't really expecting what I saw. Honestly, I'm gonna be like one of the, because keep in mind too, I be on Bigo and stuff, and so over there was a lot of talk about having auditions, who was gonna be on the show and stuff, and me knowing the culture over there, because different from you, it's similar to YouTube at the same time, it's different. So the culture over there, they're really, y'all I'm a bad bitch, and like it's a lot of that. But however, the thing is though, I didn't want people to go on there and just force it. Like, I get it, it's a show, embody your personality, embody, what you need to give, and yeah, you probably do little things for the show to get the show going. But however, I know that us as Black gays, we love, it's a big thing that we love Bad Girls Club. So I knew when they was gonna bring Bad Boys Club, I knew that a lot of black queer men was going to go and audition, whatever. But at the same time, I know for a fact that I knew some people were probably going to go on there and try to repeat or do certain things that they already seen on Bad Girls Club. So that's why I was like, oh, I don't know. Even from the super trailer, I was like, girl, I don't know. But I watched this first episode, bitch. I got my whole entire life. I did.
Let me tell y'all. Reckless was sleeping on it because I called this bitch last night. No, I called this bitch 2 nights ago. I said, bitch, we got to get on it. And then I called him last night. Today about the episode. I said, bitch, this is going to be a loaded fucking review. I said, I'm only halfway through the episode, and I had to call him and be like, nigga, make sure you get into the tings of the tings, honey.
And another announcement, I will be reviewing this show on my platform as well, too, bitch.
Just like that.
Girl,
it's that
I got my entire life.
So look. Okay. Okay. So Natural Sunflower wants to know who are our favorites so far. Now, I'm kind of bad with names. So I'm gonna have
Don't worry, I got you. I can describe all of them to you.
Okay, hold on. Before you go into the door, let me go ahead and pull up the nasty piece. Okay, we got the Rasta on. Okay. Now I know this is Curtis here, ain't it?
That's who?
That's Curtis. No, that ain't.
Yeah, that I can't. Okay, because Moonlight and Curtis be confusing me at times.
Yeah, I think that this is Moonlight. Okay. This is Moonlight. Gutter.
No. That's Moolah. Oh, it's one of them hoes. They be confusing me at times. I'm like,
Moolah. It gotta be Moolah. Yeah, this Moolah. This is Gutter. This is the baddest mayonnaise
that's
bitch
William.
number one. And then this is Carry On. Mr. Kurt Franklin's son. And this is Andrisha Caldwell. This is Dorell, where the money resides. This is Mr. Malone. I think this is Curtis here. No.
I'm telling you, they look okay. Do me a favor. Put in the
all heterosexuals look alike.
Bitch, wait. Put the full screen so I can actually see the face.
No, don't fuck up because I did that last time. Then I had to do the shit all over.
Okay.
Gotcha. Blow it up, and the bitch got stuck when it was up and up.
Okay. So just know there's two straight people on the goddamn show is Moolah and Curtis. Okay, there we go. Now, after Curtis is or Moolah, whoever the hell it is that who is that? Oh, that's Anthony.
This Anthony, and this is
Anthony,
the baddest.
And that's Dylan.
And this is the baddest mayonnaise bitch number 2. Baddest mayonnaise bitch number 1 and baddest mayonnaise bitch number 2. Oh, now Sunflower says, "Who is your favorite so far?"
I love Gutter. It's like I think because I knew of Gutter before the show. Like he be on Bigo and stuff, and I like Gutter because he's actually a sweetheart. Yeah, he have his moments. He's not perfect, which is something that we're going to talk about because he did use certain language and stuff. But but he's a sweetheart. He really is, and so I like Gutter. From what I've seen of Gutter, because I don't know him personally. What I've seen of Gutter, he shows genuine, authentic. As in, he may make he may make mistakes, but he's being authentic. And I like his energy because I know him before he was actually on the show, so I know that he's not forcing anything. It's I can take him. I can take him. Now, Milan.
Hold on. I want to answer that question too, bro.
Wait. Oh, no, I was still answering.
Oh, I know you finna say. Hold on. Let me let you say it. What? You finna say? Is Milan your favorite too?
No. It's just that with Milan, this episode, it's okay because I know him from Bigo as well. Bigo, I'm not really a big fan of him as Bigo and Love of Hip Hop. But however, I tried for this show, I tried to give him a brand new slate. So I was like, okay, what I see, I can take it for now. I can take it for now. So this is just initial thoughts. Let's wait till the rest of the season go.
But me and you seeing each other on that because I'm like, with Milan, I be waiting in the water, bitch. I'm like, girl, I don't know whether you an alligator or an elephant, girl. I'm trying to touch you. I don't know what the texture giving, girl. Is it Brazilian, Peruvian, girl? Is it curly? Is it wavy, bitch? Like, I'll be trying to figure it in.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And there's probably going to be a point where we're going to have a conversation about Mr. Malone. Because I got, and that's why I had to put a disclaimer out, girl. That don't matter what you hear tonight, ain't no hater. But let me answer Sunflower's question as well. My favorite is Gutter as well because I like Gutter because he thinks he's so damn cute, and he had me at hello when him and Mr. Kurt Franklin's son had that little bedroom. Baby, I wanted to throw my fucking heel through the screen at Gutter. I was hollering like he sold me, girl, with them big ass butterfly lashes all up in that man face, honey. Like, what's up, Mr. Carry Our son, huh? Get right here, huh? What you have, huh? What's that? And I like Anthony too. Anthony is like real laid back, real cool, and he's a big ass entrepreneur. I like his energy. He's like keeping it cute. And I don't think he's doing too much right now. That may change.
Yeah,
yeah. Like all you,
we gonna get into it.
I'm gonna be episode to episode, girl. So
yes,
hoes who I like now, maybe hoes I can't stand later on, but as of right now, and Anthony too.
But I do want to give this disclaimer as well. Now, hopefully, when I make this disclaimer, it doesn't bite me in the ass later on during the season. I'm always like Gutter. Now, I don't plan on changing that or anything like that. Now, if the bitch is wrong, I'll admit that the bitch is wrong. But as in me being like, fuck that, I can't fuck with him no more. I don't plan. Hopefully that don't happen because girl, I was living for God. I was like, yes, ma'am. I was here for it. Now, Anthony. Now, okay, are we gonna go person by person first? The initial thoughts.
Yeah. Like, what are your initial thoughts of the cast?
Don't worry, I got my notes right here. All right, so Milan, I'm giving him a new slate. So far,
and so we don't have to like take a lot of time.
Yeah, I know.
We both gonna do per person. So after you, I'm gonna speak on the same person as we go down the line.
Got you. All right, so we got Milan. Milan, I'm gonna give him a new slate. I'm gonna give you guys little tips or whatever. Well, I'm gonna give you guys a little background. On Bigo and stuff, he has a family on Bigo. And I was actually gonna try to join that family and stuff. But then it's certain things that I personally didn't align with. Not saying that it was bad, but just that it just wasn't me. Like his families, they're known for being really handsome, pretty, and stuff like that. And for me, bitch, I dress like this. So I was like, maybe that's not the family for me. But I'm gonna give him a new slate. I like what I see so far, and we're gonna get into a little bit of that later. That's it for Milan.
Milan, pretty much same thing. You know, I was introduced to Milan after Love and Hip Hop. Really don't know what happened to him after his first season was up. I know he talked a lot of shit about how the storyline was fake and all of that, and his dude and his so-called girlfriend was actually cousins, and he like blew the whole spot. And then I kind of like lost an interest in him because I'm just like, oh, that's some real fake ass shit. Like that's some real scallywag ass shit. So like the fact that these people are not interested enough to actually have a organic storyline just lets me know that all these people really are, not all these people, but a lot of these people on reality TV are dry as hell. But that's why they rely on ratchetness and altercations and fighting, because it's just the easy go-to. It's beefing for dollars and dollars for beefing. So, like Reckless, I want to start over, and it's all girl. Me and Milan already in a complicated relationship after the first episode, girl. So I don't think it's gonna get no better, bitch. So we'll see. But we'll get more into that. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with, and by the way, I'm as the season goes on, I'm gonna give them nicknames. All righty. So I already got some of this going on. Now, Andrew Caldwell. Now, I'm gonna say this. For show purposes, I like him on the show. When I tell you he got that bitch juking, they was ready to get hit on his ass. Now, don't get me wrong. Personally, I don't beef for his BS. You know, when he comes to him and that delivered and then be playing and then all that extra, not here for it. But for show purposes, I lived for him on the show because it was like, I think another thing too was that once again, I don't know Andrew personally, but my big thing is when y'all gonna be on the show and y'all go at it or you're on camera, let it come naturally. Or if you do have to put like a tad bit of a show, because guess what? At the end of the day, it's still a job. Don't force it because then it makes it cringy for me. But however, I think because maybe Andrew been in so much shit, I can take him going at it with people because it's like, okay, I expect that. So for Andrew, I like him for the show. Well, for the time he was on the show.
Andrisha Cockwell, I don't do her. I don't follow her. She ain't really my cup of tea. Like I don't be watching the little troll pages that be uploading her shit either. To Reckless's point, Andrew Caldwell is the baddest bitch on Bad Boys, but I'm gonna get more into that when we get into the actual episode. I'm gonna tell y'all why Andrisha Cockwell is the baddest bitch of the first episode. Go ahead.
Now we got Relly B. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? All right, so Gworl, yes, Relly B. So like honestly, I'm kind of like, I don't want to say disappointed because it's not like I had like high expectations, but I'm like a little caught off guard a little bit. Yeah, I understand we don't know him personally and stuff, but I'm seeing a side that I'm not really messing with like that. It's giving me his nickname for me in the show is gonna be Messy #1. messy number one. Like thing one, he gonna be messy number one. So I'm not. Yeah, he's messy. Messy number
Well,
one.
I'm gonna call this bitch Logicc because the only thing I know of her is that she comes out of goddamn trunks and shit. So I didn't know what to expect. I know that her commercial had went super viral, girl, and she was giving the girls all type of CarMax discounts and shit down to the layaway at the dealership and stuff, girl. So I was really like non-biased and open. I have an interesting take on Miss Logicc as well, but we'll get further into that as we explore the episode.
Alrighty, so now we have Anthony. Anthony, he's gonna be in the middle for me. The reason being, it's not like I like you, but it's not like I hate you or I dislike you because I don't know you personally to hate you. I'm gonna call, but his nickname is gonna be Messy Number 2. Now the reason being is that I peeped sometimes, go whoop her, go do this, go do that. I was like, bitch, I see you, bitch. But Anthony, I will say from this episode, it was like, I kind of do without him personally. But I will say the following episode, when I see the previews and stuff for the following episode or for the rest of the season, I feel like I'll get more into him as the season progresses. I'm gonna call him Messy Number 2.
Okay.
Oh,
and he was, he's my favorite right now, so we can go ahead and skip through him.
Yeah, and plus I was gonna say the reason I call him Messy Number 2 is because when Rayleigh got into the whole thing, whatever, the whole situation, he was taking up. He was like, yeah, he was wrong or whatever. Here's your drink, bitch. He needs to stop drinking. Don't give him that damn drink, bitch. I was like, this bitch here, you think you be slick? Don't give that bitch that drink so you can go upside a bitch head.
Drunker than the Cooter Brown, honey. Drunker than the Cooter Brown, baby. That brown liquor do it to you, honey. It's a spirit in that brown liquor. It's a spirit in that damn brown liquor.
Yeah.
A dark liquor, get you fucked up. 2.0. Continue on, because we got quite a bit of shit to get into.
Okay, so now we have the White sisters. We have Dylan Woods and William the Baddest.
Ashley and
White chicks.
Oh, okay. The Olsen twins.
Yep, we have the Olsen twins. Alrighty, so Dylan, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dylan, well, I'm gonna say both of them. Both of them is just about representation of when white gays culturally appropriate black gay culture. Bitch, when I tell you they was doing all of this and I'm the baddest bitch, I was like, yes, y'all better be in the ballroom scene. Yes, ma'am. But the difference I would say is that with Dylan, I kind of like Dylan in a sense. I think maybe because even though they did have that situation, I get a sense of innocence from him, at least for this episode, in a sense.
Hold on, which mayonnaise hoe is Dylan? Is it Justin? Is it the one who looked like Justin Bieber or the one who looked like Fat Albert?
Justin Bieber.
Okay, Justin Bieber, got it. Okay,
yeah, Justin Bieber. Now William, on the other hand, I don't know. I just can't. I'm not really.
How old is William? That bitch look like a 57-year-old millennial.
He looks
like a 57-year-old ass millennial. I need to know how old that hoe is.
I have no idea. Now William, on the other hand, I don't know. I'm not really into William. I don't hate him, but I'm just not really messing with him right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not really my thing. So your thoughts?
Girl, I ain't here for none of the mayonnaise folk, girl, because when it was time for them hoes to prove that they had street cred, them hoes wanted to go back home to
We're gonna get into that.
Hoes wanted to go back home to Bel Air, baby. They wanted to go back home to carrots and non-seasoned bacon and chicken, baby. When they got around the real niggas, baby, when they got into actual culture, bitch, and they had to show and prove in order to earn their ticket to the cookout, baby. Everybody was talking to Natalie about their exit, and they got them Spirit Airline ticket back on home, baby. Becky wasn't here to be that black bitch, because they want to be black like this, not like that. Shout out to motherfucking Miss Geneva. So I ain't here for the bitches, but I got a whole word for them later on in episode 2.
Girl, alrighty. So we already know Gutter. We love Gutter. Well, I love Gutter. I like Gutter. Now we have Carry On Franklin. I think he's real cool. He's real cool for right now. You can obviously tell he's discreet about his sexual orientation, though. But he's real cool. He's real cool. I get cool vibes from him as of right now. I know he was in the media before for him and his father going back and forth. I kind of don't know what went on with that. I kind of didn't interest me, to be honest with you. Yeah. I was like, yeah, that's just some gay and some Christian
shit. Your trauma, bro. So I was like, babe. How doing? Because Mr. Kurt Franklin's son.
Oh yeah, he is cute.
I just want to tell you this, Mr. Kurt Franklin's son.
Bitch. This bitch.
Okay, next.
Bitch. All right, so now we got the two straight men. Yay, straight number 1 and straight number 2, but you know how that is. All right, so we have Curtis. Curtis, I'm gonna call him insecure. Oh, actually, we're gonna do Moolah. Moolah, I'm gonna call him insecure. Insecure because he is so fragile when it comes to his own sexual orientation. That is up for debate and question. Seems like he always having quote unquote something to prove. Whatever. Now, Curtis, on the other hand, he's insecure as well. Now, he may not be as vocal and stuff, but however, I still call it as insecure because he still be dapping up or what's the bitch name? Moolah, when he be doing that stuff. He be laughing when Moolah be doing that stuff. And bitch, I be here.
Keep talking, girl.
This hoe. You just this hoe. But yeah, so they both like insecure to me when it comes down to it. Because even when I seen, I'm gonna say that for the rest.
Don't get too much, girl. We got an episode to get into. Just
because bitch, I almost went the whole rant.
You get into the things and the things.
Girl, I almost went to a whole rant.
So we're talking about Moolah,
Moolah and Curtis.
Moolah, baby. Off of first grip, I was like, okay, it's dope to see a lot of these black men, gay or straight, just on the entrepreneur shit. Most of these hoes own clubs, bars, got clothing lines, hat lines, bra. Like, so I'm here for all the entrepreneurship and all of the, ambition of it all. For both him and Kurt. So, just off rip, I was like, okay, cute. We'll see what it gives. And I like that they hustle. On to next.
Bitch, I'm about to go into a whole rant.
We got an episode to get into. These are just our initial thoughts.
Well, that's just about the whole cast of tonight. That's just about who I got jotted.
Oh, that's the whole cast?
Yeah, for tonight. No, but except
it's like
that's everybody.
Oh, honey. Okay.
Yeah, but that's replacements. We're gonna talk about them when they get there. Because all the names, I was like, that's too much.
So before we get into some teams, girl, first of all, girl, I want to say I live for the opening scene, bitch. I think production is A1. These hoes put the coin into the soundtrack. They put the coin into the house, and they put the coin into I like the transition shots, of the little hoverboard, the little helicopter around the city and shit, girl, showing the old nasty piece of palm tree, girl. I was like, this is giving me real, like, VH1, MTV, real world, like, modern day quality. So it wasn't dusty, it wasn't raggedy. So I want to big up Zeus. You know what? The opening scene of them pulling up in the cars in the desert and the abandoned Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station and shit. You know what that reminded me of?
What?
It reminded me of one of my favorite music videos by this other mayonnaise bitch who's the culture vulture. Iggy Azalea's Work video. I'm sorry, I gotta give that bitch her tens, honey. She ate. That bitch ate in Work, honey. But a lot of like the theme of the intro and shit was giving me that. So I was like really here for it. What did you think about the intro, bro?
It was cute, honestly. Like, be quite honest, because I'm gonna be honest with you. The intros and stuff, bitch. I was like, oh, okay, it's cute. I liked it. I liked most people's outfits. I like Milan's outfit. Like, is this the picture of it right now, right? What they had on, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, it's the rooftop outfits, but I think the desert outfits was a little different, I believe.
A little different. Okay. I know for a fact I like Milan's outfit. Who outfit? It was somebody else's outfit I liked. I think that Milan's the only one I can think of on top of my head whose outfit I liked. I liked the little fur thing he had on and I was here for it. I was like, okay, that's cute. I think maybe because I see him on Bigo and stuff, so I know I know his personality too. So I was like, okay, that's something he can pull off because I know how he is.
I live for
with
the money reside. I got on like this bitch is looking like a Neo from the Matrix and shit. Girl, it's giving me a blue pill tease. Girl,
he was giving me like gay vampire.
or a vampire from Harlem, bitch. Vampire from Brooklyn, girl. Oh, nasty piece of vamp. It could do that too. So I was here for it, girl. But what about girl? What about Miss Thing here? What about Miss Andrea Deep Throat and Corday Stewart Caldwell looking like a big ass humanoid hamster in this damn coat, girl?
This bitch over here looking like the goddamn human penguin bitch from Batman, bitch. Over here with that wolf pussy on his back. Bitch, what? No. I was not here, but she looked like a mobster. Now,
girl,
don't give me
about 110 degrees outside, and she got that sweat and shit.
I'm not gonna lie. When him and Milan was going back and forth, I was like, "Oh, that jacket is da da da." Like I was actually looking for like the fur and whatever, but then I saw the picture like this. I was like, "Girl," and then the thoughts of why you got that big ass jacket on and it's hot as shit. Why you got this on? Why you got that? I was like, "Girl," but I get it for the look, but still, I was like, "Girl,
that bitch switch." You know, I'm not gonna. You know what? I have dragged Andrea Deep Throat and Corday Stewart Cockwell in the past, girl, but I just be feeling a little way because I'm just like, I just don't know how I feel about people. I just look. Moving on. So, can we get into some of these scenes, girl? Now, for the most part, they're in chronological order, so we're gonna try to go scene by scene, girl. So, can we get into this little altercation between Christopher Milan and Andrew Caldwell, bro? Like, what did you think about like? I don't feel like it was effectively explained why the tension was so hot. Aside from Milan in his confessional saying that Andrea being dick surfing in his DMs, but aside from that, I was like, what was
they never really explained what, like, I feel like they did but didn't. Like, we know that from what everybody was saying in their confessionals that he has been saying stuff to all the castmates for no reason and people just wasn't receiving it well. But at the same time, no one really said what he said. So I was like, okay, I get what's going on here, but however, how bad? Like, I want to see some of this stuff a little bit more. Like, don't show me the middle where they already added. Show me, you know, I want to see, like, little bitch. I'm like, okay, fuck you too, bitch. I want to see all that, bitch. I want to see all that. But however, I'm not shocked if that is true that he was in Milan's DMs or whatever. Because, girl, I'm not shocked.
So why would that want to make you fight him over any other gay man who is in your DMs trying to be teabagged?
I don't know. I think the thing is not for me. I don't think it's the whole thing of he was in this DM that made him want to fight him. It was just you talking crazy, and it's like you sit up talking crazy to me all of a sudden. But weren't you just trying to fuck with me, or just you just trying to suck the dick not too long ago? So it's like, where is this? And I think that also goes to the whole thing of you say, you know, you was in my DM, but however, when we get in front of this camera, it's something different. Like you put on, bro. Like chill out, bring it down.
Girl, I'm gonna be honest. I was already over Miss Milan, honey.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, girl, who the fuck? First of all, this bitch is built like Bobby Blake's, and you trying to fight Andrew Caldwell, girl. I almost feel like fighting Andrew Caldwell is equivalent to like a domestic violence scenario between a grown ass man and a grown ass woman. Like Andrew Caldwell got so much goddamn estrogen, bitch, that it's not even fair for you to use all that toxic ass gay masculinity, girl, to just gobble him up. Like I'm just like, who is trying to fight, girl? Andrew Caldwell. Who got to hold you back?
I'm sorry. I I think another thing too is because you're used to walking away, and my philosophy doesn't. I'm trying to get on that pathway, but I ain't completely there yet. If you got too much mouth and you just keep on, because okay, so that's the thing. What they was, which is why I wanted them to really explain it in depth, is that they kept saying that he was just talking crazy to people for no reason. He was just kept going. He would not shut up. So yeah, bitch, get his ass, bitch. First off, you already know what show you on, bitch. Get his ass. But at the same time, I don't know, girl. I don't know. I wasn't mad at it.
Let me tell you, I do not respect the bitches when they be when they be trying to like make an example out of who everybody clearly knows is the weakest link in the clique. Like,
okay.
It was interesting to me because, you know, he went on later in the episode to accuse Gworl of being a bully. But I'm like, bitch, you was trying to fight a man on the fucking spectrum. You was trying to fight a man who can't even speak without launching 127 pieces of saliva when he goes to use that heavy ass tongue in his mouth, girl. Like, you tried to fight a man who can't even spell or enunciate or pronunciate the English language properly. Like, girl,
I'm not gonna lie.
You really tried to come on the show and establish yourself as the alpha female in the clique by trying to pull on the little bit of goddamn hang time that Miss Andrisha had on her motherfucking cornrows. and somebody thought that was the tea.
Wait, because you just said something that made me chuckle when you said that he can't pronunciate or enunciate his words. Bitch, let me tell you, when you said it, that reminded me of when he was eating. I'm sorry, when he was going back and forth with him and the whole cast, he was eating them hoes the fuck up. He was eating them the fuck up. He was letting they ass have it. Bitch, he was like, you trailer park, bitch. He said, bitch, I'm here with these bottom of the barrel ass bitches. Bitches ain't got no money. Bitch, he was eating them hoes up. That shit was funny as fuck, bitch. Oh my God, let me be quiet.
Says the bitch who still got an unpainted wall in his goddamn living room. I mean, the whole gag is the bitch was so pressed to drag everybody that he ended up also inadvertently outing his damn self, talking about, yeah, girl, your porn tape, your nasty ass porn. Oh, girl, so you watched it, you clicked and viewed it, baby. You made sure to open up that bit of footage, baby, to know what type of sweatiness that porn was giving, girl. And then he was like, girl, see, with you, girl, you was nasty. Oh, so you got preferences, girl. I thought you've been delivered from men, but you got preferences of men. Oh, girl. I ain't mad at it, girl. It was what it was, but I wasn't out here for Christopher Milan. You know, big 290 pound of goddamn pure goddamn muscle picking on Miss Jello. I just was not here for it. Now, here, first of all, let me give Andrisha her roses. Her braids were actually fleeky, especially since they were professionally done this time. So I was living for the cornrows, girl.
This bitch.
But let me tell you why she's the baddest bitch. Let me tell you what makes you the baddest bitch, okay? Because Andrisha knows how to draw attention to herself by trolling everybody, getting their asses gaslit, which only has them making the show and their confessionals all about who? Not themselves, but Miss Caldwell, baby.
That's why I wanted to stay on the show. I was like, girl.
He came through with the Tiffany Pollard treatment, honey.
Yes!
Hey, baby. Who wants to fuck with me? Beyonce, bitch, you look like Luther Vandross in a dress, bitch. Like, he Tiffany Pollard the motherfucking house, bitch. Okay? Now, Andrisha Caldwell found a way. He found a way to make sure at least half the show was dedicated to his motherfucking name and them hoes dick suckers. Okay? Okay? And that could have been time that they were using since none of them ain't got this level of shine prior to motherfucking Zeus, maybe with the exception of Miss Milan from VH1. And bitch, y'all were using time y'all could have been self-promoting to give Andrisha full motherfucking free full promotion, girl. That's bad bitch shit, period. I don't even fuck with Andrisha Gworl, but strategy, mission, complete.
Mm-hmm.
Them hoes still talking about her the next day on the bus, on the Uber bus. Go ahead, girl, get into it.
But okay, so I'm not gonna. Well, we're gonna talk about it later. But he was smart because he knew what he did. But he was smart to know when to hear to get the fuck up out of there, though. Because bitch, he knew it was gonna lay hands on
fool, baby. Granddaughter knew when it was time to call 911, baby. Granddie knew when it was time to call the FBI. Bitch, get the fuck up out of there, girl. Mama ain't raised no fool.
Bitch, he knew to get the fuck up out of there because he knew they was gonna lay hands on him eventually, bitch. He was like, bitch, fuck all you hoes. He was like, you know what? I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
First flight, bitch. Ain't even got to send me home first class. I'll take coach, girl.
Bitch, that was a key.
So I was hollering when the next day, girl, them hoes was really obsessing over Andrisha. Girl, like, where is she, girl? Where is she at, girl? What's the tea, girl? Like, Christopher Milan was just like, Chris, girl, I would beat this big bitch ass. And where's she at? And I'm just like, girl, see, that's the type of effect you gotta have on the girl. That's how you make sure that your name is a gift that keeps on gifting, girl. When you plant yourself down in a psyche like that.
Cause bitch, no, I tell you that second, okay, so not the first photo shoot, but the second one, bitch, when he was against William and Dylan, bitch, that shit was a key, bitch. He was eating both of the asses the fuck up, and then when he started going at it with when he started going at it with Gutter, I was like, girl, that shit was. I was like, girl, I understand you going at it with people, but Gutter will actually fight you. So you might want to just sit that one out. And Zeus allowed him to fight.
I even had respect for Gutter because even Gutter knew, girl, like, girl, this is an easy kill. Like, stop it. Like, she paid Milan dust, but I mean, she paid Kadrisha dust, but these two Olsen twin, mayonnaise bitches, and Miss Milan girl, they was the ones who really ain't about that life, so they had to pick on the weakest link in the clique. That's why these three amigos was doing the most.
Girl.
Now, I'm not saying that Andrisha don't be deserving. She's a self-mutilator. She's an instigator, girl. She starts it all the time. But at the same time, girl, like, this is like a fly, girl. It's like, you shoot.
So basically what you do, like, with Andrisha, because is that you give them passes. So if you do have to pop the bitch, it's justified, because people gonna be like, girl, why'd you do that? But however, you can be like, I gave this bitch too many passes, but I finally slapped the shit out of this bitch. Now I told the bitch, leave me alone. So you gotta, girl, okay, whatever, you got it, whatever. But okay, you see when Andrew got into it with the Olsen twins, like you like to say, that's when I noticed Anthony was going up to Andrew, whoop her. I was like,
get
bitch,
her, girl,
get her. I was like, bitch, get your ass. I said, I seen that. I was like, this one right here, I might be careful with you, bitch. I'm watching out for your ass.
But tell me why mayonnaise bad bitch number one is dressed like a goddamn dark skin condom. Is it just me?
Bitch, I don't know. It was giving me out of shape Catwoman, white edition.
Girl. This giving me dark skin condom, girl. Latex for days, baby. He like that dark meat. Something right in the buttermilk. I wasn't feeling it, girl. And then like the BBL, girl, like from the back, and then the thick ass camel toe from the front, girl. It was just too much going on for me. It was just too much going on. I just couldn't do it. Now, this conversation in this bus got real interesting. So. This whole like I'm straight.
Bitch.
When Gutter started addressing the cast, or not Gutter, but Anthony, I think somebody was like, well, like we a bunch of bad bitches or whatever the case may be.
Anthony.
And then Curtis and Moolah was like, hold up, y'all, like, like I'm straight, strictly clickly, girl, like big titties, ass, cisgendered women, or they, that's me. Like, bro, everything gonna be a straight, girl. My nose, my jawline, bitch, everything's in a straight line, girl. Ain't no curves nowhere, ain't no wiggly lines nowhere, girl. Like, what did you think about that? Did you think that was a just and fair proclamation amongst a group of men who are different from you to establish your uniqueness and your difference as well? Or did you feel away?
For a lot of, I try to take things situation, like as a situation type of thing, but at the same time, like I was getting a different energy. Like it wasn't just that you were just trying to proclaim certain things just because of yada yada yada. It's the whole thing of, and plus it's going to confirm even later on with the previews of later episodes, you're not secure in your own sexual orientation. Now, however, whether you straight or not, or if you are straight or etc., you're not secure in it. And not only that, you from what it looks like later on in the episodes, you not only do that, but however you want to challenge other people and always want to make it known I'm straight. Da, 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 da. Anybody come with that? Because in his confessional, he said, I have no problem, the infamous line, I have no problem, I respect gay people, but yet in the same sense you say if they come with me with that bullshit, I'm gonna punch this, knock their head off. Now I find it so funny that he made that statement, but yet heterosexual black men love to hit on lesbian women. But yet that same energy is not shown. So she has the right to knock your motherfucking head off, even when she told you, oh, I like girls. Oh, you just never had dick before. I'm gonna turn you out. That infamous line. So it was. I was like, girl. And then what's the bitch name? Not Curtis over there laughing. And so I saw all that stuff. I'm like, okay. Even though he's the voice as of right now from this particular episode, you laughing. You once again you giving a license to something that doesn't even have a permit. Because you. And people don't not paying attention to Curtis. They keeping their eyes on Moolah. But Curtis is down with it as well. Now he may not always voice it, at least in this episode, but it's the subtle what's going on, or it's the and I'm gonna go on a whole rant. And not only that, we also and the reason I like this show too is because now we get a chance to see. Like we finally get the chance to see, like it's kind of like a social experiment where you see the experiences of black queer people in front of your eyes. As in, when they enter a room, all of a sudden you want to push them out the motherfucking room. Bitch, this ain't your property. Oh, just figure it out. Bitch, who the hell are you talking to? Who the hell are you talking to? I'm sorry. If I was on the show, I would have lost it. I would have lost it. I would have lost it. Who are you talking to? Bitch.
Carry on.
I was not here for it, bitch. I was not here for it. Because I was like, damn, bitch. Like, you good looking, but you not all that. Like, the niggotry of the bigotry, bitch. I was like, this is not cute.
Yeah. So I understand Curtis and Moolah like wanting to be addressed a certain way, because it's even gay men who don't want to be like called girl or whatever. So like whatever people pronouns are, whatever, like how you want to address them, respect the way people want to be dressed. It's like if you meet a woman who don't want to be called bitch, don't call her no motherfucking bitch or greet her as no bitch. Like just greet. Like I'm down for that, because if the clock can go forward, the clock can go backwards, and respect is and needs to be mutual. Let me rock.
No, I got to because I think it's false in that particular instant, because Anthony also said bitches and niggas, and he was gotta make this. I'm like, bitch.
But it seemed like he didn't hear the nigga part.
That's why you need to be listening.
About that bitches part.
You need to be listening.
And so, but my point still stands, irregardless. Like, respect people how they want to be respected. Call people what the fuck they want to be called. I don't give a damn whether they straight, gay, trans, cis, whatever the case may be. Like,
And
just show
Drisha.
motherfucking respect. Now, let me tell you what my issue was. My issue was when he was in the confessionals and he was like, you know, I'll knock a nigga head off if he tries me. And I know like this hyper aggressiveness from straight men to gay men is like so over the top and screams massively into fucking care, and it turns me off. And this kind of like immediate rush to fucking like sexualize gay men in that way, to just make this assumption that, girl, that you are going to be the cat's meow in the motherfucking room, girl. Like the fact that you just like assume that somebody wants you. But the reason why I know this comes from some like, it either comes from an insecure place or comes from a fear-based place, is because gay men, even openly gay men like myself and yourself, get hit on by women all the time. You don't see us saying, I'll put a ring around a bitch eye if they dare hit on me, because it's not necessary. And why wouldn't other people try to come on to you if they find you of sexual or romantic interest? Like, why would that cause such an explicit and extreme response? But see, I understand that when we get into this issue, we're talking about patriarchy that gave birth to the demonization of gay men. So I also don't believe that every homophobic nigga is per se homophobic, because religion and Western society also, in demonizing us, they othered us. They made us something other than human. They put us in some other dehumanizing category. So you have people who literally think that gay people are from a fucking another world, from another fucking part of the galaxy, who really look at gay people as strange, as some type of other species amongst them. And that goes for a lot of straight women and straight men. In hell, there's even a lot of internalized transphobia and homophobia within the LGBT community as motherfucking well. So the shit gets very multifaceted. But I thought that experience was fucking I thought that was extreme. But I'm going to give the guys this. Even though they probably are there for clout and for their own self-gain, I do like that even though you can tell they're uncomfortable, that they're trying. Because I feel like it got to start somewhere. And I don't expect people to be comfortable with something they've had the privilege of not being comfortable with their whole fucking life, to just all of a sudden assume the position. I know that when we talk about learning and unlearning shit, that straight people have to unlearn that. And they're going to look uncomfortable as they are like confronting diseases and confronting the unfamiliar. And so I know that's going to be a fair share of like resistance. And I'm personally cool for that. I don't speak for the rest of the LGBT community. I speak for CTV, and I'm cool with people attempting to work through their shit. So, yes.
Girl, I'm not giving him that. Fuck that. That bitch pissed me the flying fuck. Bitch, that bitch pissed me the flying. And not only that, he was over explaining himself. Like, bitch, sit your ass there. I think another thing too is that, of course, that's an experience of a lot of us. So I'll be like, maybe because for me, I just get so irritated with that. I'll be like, girl, you doing way too much. But however, I do understand and I do see what you said when it came down to they has to start somewhere. I understand it's about unlearning and all those things. So my question to you, so do you think that they are homophobic?
I mean, obviously, because their responses are homophobic. Now, I know a lot of people get confused about this term, because when they think of homophobic, they think of like
death.
No, they think of like overt homophobia, but people also don't realize that homophobia is about microaggressive behavior as well. So homophobia can also be represented in not greeting a gay man when he comes into the room, not shaking his hand, not sitting next to him, making sure you go out of your way to not associate with him. All of that is microaggressive homophobia and or transphobia. So it's clear that these men have some type of internalized homophobia. but because it's more on the micro level, I think they have a better chance at probably reaching the open-mindedness as they experience gay people versus niggas who are like explicitly homophobic, who are even further away from the mark. So yes, I do think that they are homophobic, but I would call it like covert homophobic.
Because that's a thing too, but also to your point as well, is that people have to realize any system, I like to call them the isms, racism, homophobia, colorism, all those different, is you have the aggressive in your face, and then you have the, like he said, the microaggressive. Same thing with racism. You have ones that's gonna call you the N-word and in your face, but however, you also have the ones that's gonna say stuff like, oh my God, BLM, or oh my God, I'm like a white woman screaming from a black man. So, or calling the cops for no reason. So they don't always have to say the N-word. They don't always have to express it. Sometimes it shows through actions, expressions, the way that they move and the way that they look and stuff. So
I'm gonna tell you, hey Aaron, hey Love, hey everybody in the chat, hey Boo. Well, I would love to know what Aaron's thoughts are of this motherfucking Bad Boys, baby, because this shit, because to your point, like a perfect covert racism would be, I love black people, but I don't want my daughter to marry black. I don't. I'm not comfortable with my son dating a black woman. Or I love black people. I just don't want them niggas living in my neighborhood. But I love black people. Like, these are like the microaggressive expressions of like discrimination and othering and fear mongering, etc. So it's a deep. Now I understand. You know, like a niggas like Logicc probably very triggered. There's lots of gay black men who are triggered by heterosexual men, and anything short of like a consciously I'm here for the community, it's like, girl, I can't do anything less than a nigga who is completely like affirming and complete. And I get it. Now I have done the work to ease up off of niggas, like, you know, like I get the journey of awakening, so I'm not as triggered by the bullshit these days. So but I get it for other gay black men.
It's just the whole thing is just like, the thing that gets me is that because I get it, conditioning, all the other stuff. It just gets me that you will sit up there, and to your point when you said the whole thing about, you know, I love black people, but it's the same thing when people like, because the first thing that came to my mind is I love gay people, but I don't want my child to be gay, like Young Miami, and being like, I'm not homophobic, bitch. That is homophobic because you already detected. Yeah, it's like you already detected that there was a deficiency or a problem within your child. Okay, so since we can't talk about the sexuality because it's so hard for y'all to grasp, let's change the race. I have no problem with black people. I just don't want my child to be black. What does that say? That lets you know you have an issue. And so the thing is that people are so blinded by that. And the reason why I get triggered, because that costs people their lives. And y'all don't know. And also when I start to think about my own experience, like people look at me now, I probably wouldn't say half of like the stuff that I used to say, some self-hate type stuff, or me having suicidal thought. Like when I first met Conscious, I was just getting over my suicidal thoughts and stuff. Like that stuff runs deep, man. And that's why I get so triggered. And also too, I keep my foot in their neck, because yeah, you may have like a Martin Luther King, bitch. I'm Malcolm X. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm a mixture of the two. If I can work with you, I'm Dr. King. If I got to get you in your tribe up out of here, baby, I'm on my extinction level. Malcolm X shit, bro. Cut them up. Now there was a lot of shit going on this bus before we can move on.
Yes.
Did you feel like, because even Carry On got some pushback when he was asked directly about his orientation, and it seemed like Curtis and Moolah had a little like, but do you feel like, would you class Carry On as a down low man, since he wasn't like, didn't want to be completely clear about it?
No, I think he's just extra discreet. Hold on one second.
Because while all that's going on, you guys make sure y'all thumbs up the video. While all that's going on, Gworl, subscribe. If you're new here, bitch, share the stream out. Gworl, we giving you the review of a lifetime up in this bitch.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, had a little guest. All right, okay, yeah. So I consider him as discreet, because well, for me, maybe because it's like, yeah, and that's the thing too. He doesn't have to disclose that to y'all. He does not have to. And there we go with that privileged thinking. Just because you are straight, that I have to disclose. No, he does. He doesn't have to. If he's not putting your dick in his mouth, or vice versa, he does not disclose that to you. That's the problem that people have with when it comes down to people's sexual orientation. That's the problem that people have with trans people, because you think you must disclose, because I don't want to be tricked. Well, maybe if you stop looking at women as such a fucking sexual item, you won't have the opportunity to be tricked, or you won't have the opportunity to be etc. or whatever. Like that really gets me, because people I've had situations like that. Oh, you must tell me, bitch, who the fuck you talking to? I gotta tell you shit. And that's the reason why I kind of, I have that approach of, of course I come on here, I try to be politically correct and stuff. But at the same time, you have to know when to sting a bitch, stop a bitch right in their tracks. Because sometimes when you talking all political and shit, it don't work. But good thing about me, I'm bilingual. So with that being said, I may not have to talk to you. I may have to slap the shit out of you. Because maybe that may be the only language that your ass seem to understand. Now I understand Conscious has problems with me doing certain things like that, because it doesn't always end up in it may not always end up in someone's favor. I may end up losing my life. It's a 50-50 battle. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to slap the shit out of it. At times. Now don't get me wrong. I do walk away.
But after you slap that hoe, got it. Now I'm gonna say that I did like Carry On for like sexual ambiguity. I thought it was really cute. Because he ain't even bothered going up into he didn't even bother going into details with people that he wasn't freak-neaking with. But like he gave enough for it to be like, girl, you know what it is. So I thought that was real cute. But I will say this. Even though I understand why people are slow, especially Black men, to be open about their sexuality, is because just like gay Black men don't live in a space that's safe in this society, I mean, that goes for all other Black men on the spectrum, whether they're pansexual, bisexual, whatever the case may be. So I understand the temptation to be self-preserving. But I also just hate how cringy it looks from the outside in, even though I do understand why people are doing it. Because if somebody were to ask these bisexual men about women, they're so quick to say, oh, yes, I love me some woman. But then want to play down the part of them that's connected to the same gender loving. And that was kind of like a little bit like, Carry On. Because like you was quick when they asked you about puss. Oh, I like puss. I like puss. Like you went up to fit in. That was your fit in card. And then when it came to the other shit, you only wanted to be honest enough. And I'm like, you just should have pressed the gas on them hoes. Because I mean, ain't near Curtis or his braids don't pay your Motel 6 bill every month. So, but I get it.
But bitch, we said this won't be a long line, but fuck it. Okay, but here's the thing: is that to your point? When I first came out or whatever, well, I hate the word coming out, because I'm like, girl, I ain't have shit to explain to none of you hoes. But when I first quote unquote came out, I actually told people I was bisexual at first. Now, reason being is because I didn't feel 100% comfortable. I didn't feel 100% comfortable telling people, I'm this, I'm that. Because keep in mind, I'm still dealing with the mental thing up here. Like I say, where the mind goes, the body's going to follow. So I was still going through my own thing mentally. So like I told you guys at one point in time, I couldn't even say in my own mouth I was gay. Like I was choked up, like I was choking. Like even Conscious, when I first met you, I had an issue. I don't think I ever told you this. I had an issue seeing you ever saw T.S. Madison with Miss Sophia?
Yeah.
I had a problem seeing Miss Sophia being someone that was dressed as a certain way, and because she is a man, was a man, identified as a man. And so like that's the mental stuff I was going through. And so like I don't know, it was just a lot.
Like but I can relate to that, because like a lot of us had to, like, even though we are same gender loving, a lot of us had to like also
unlearn,
like be open-minded about like the drag queens and the trans girls, because we never saw that. My first experience of seeing like drag queens was literally in the gay club when I got old enough. Well, I wasn't even old enough. I was using a fake ID to get into the gay club at 17 and 16. So that was my first time ever seeing a drag queen. And I had never saw this. And then, drag queens are kind of, they are, their aesthetics are extreme, especially when they're in performance mode. It's like heavy makeup, heavy hair. It's just like so over the top, and it was scary. And I didn't realize how common of experience that was, because a lot of my gay peers was like, girl, we all like was a little bit uncomfortable our first time being exposed to drag queens and all of that. So, because everything in the LGBT community, like some things are like relatable, but also there's so much remixing and creativity and so many blends of femininity and masculinity and so much artistic expression that it's a lot to be exposed to, because it's not a monolithic community. So you see all types of gay men, from the masculine presenting gay men who you might think is straight, to the RuPauls of the world, to the CTVs of the world, to the Boy Georges, to like, you see all these variations, and then you got like the drag queens, and you got the trans girls, and you got the women impersonators, and you got the trans men, and it's like a lot going on. So it could be interesting. Now, speaking of the trans girls, let me tell you, I want to get a crayon braids together when he had used that TRANY word. Like, it made me cringe so bad when they was asking Gutta about his pronouns, and he was like, girl, not with that TRANNY. I ain't, and I was like, I'm sure it was just said in just.
Yeah.
But I just cannot stand it. Like, it's so, like the TRANNY word is equivalent to the FAQ word to me. Like, it's they both make me like shrink up. I just like, and this is the thing about Gutta, right? Like, I didn't understand why there was so much resistance to somebody identifying him as a her or a she or a them, a it, a freak, whatever it was, because first of all, Gutta is like very free-spirited. He's a very free-spirited gay boy, like myself. But then he said that TRANNY shit, and it got real cringy. And then I was like, well, why are you kind of like running away from it? Because at the end of the day, your pendulum is swinging from mass to femme. Like, you bodying both of them. You got these colorful long braids. You got like, you obviously have very effeminate mannerisms, but you're obviously clearly a dude. You got a whole, hairline like me. Like, it's given both-handed. I'm both-handed, I'm left and right-handed, And then he started like caping and sounding off about liking pussy and smashing girls and, like being bi. And it was just like, I didn't know what was going on. It's like he almost gave me the gay version of Moolah. Like, when it came to the question of, girl, like how you identify, girl, what does it give? And I'm just like,
you mean Carry On?
No, a Moolah. No, Moolah. Like, when Moolah had that adverse reaction to like when old boy had called everybody.
Gotcha.
And he just like got so he had to like make such a proclamation, and here it is. We had the gay version of that also happening on the fucking bus, and he just did not want that trans title. But I didn't understand it, because I'm like, you body mask and femme in such a way, girl, that almost, girl, you really are beyond the pronouns. I'm surprised you're not beyond the pronouns. I'm surprised you're not as much of it as you embody. I'm surprised you are just not fine with people just like calling it what it is. I mean, femme or fucking mask. And my whole thing is this, and then I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Like, my comparison between, like, to me, like, androgynous men and women remind me of biracial people. Because I'm like, androgynous people, like, you can claim either because you show up as either, as either one. You show up sometimes as both of them at the same time, depending on how you present yourself today. So rather, just like if you are a mixed race person, if somebody calls you a white woman and you a biracial woman, you might not push against that because, hey, you are white too. If somebody refers to you as a black woman, you might not push against that either because, hell, you are a black woman. You might look biracial to some people, and you might allow that too because you are both-handed. So when it comes to androgynous people, I'll be like, girl, do you understand you are androgynous? You might not be clear about the semantics of it all, girl, but you're androgynous, girl. So why are you uncomfortable being labeled as a she by some people who are observing you because you giving she and you know it? But I rest my case.
It's that unlearning because I was like, because when he said, I was like, girl, why don't you say that shit? But I was like, girl, because I once again I understand the whole culture over there on Bigo, and that's how they talk. Yeah, like even though they don't mean no harm by it, but that's how they talk. It's like saying the N word, you shouldn't be using it, but that's how they talk and stuff. So I was like, please, the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, please do not say no F word, no T word on camera, please. And it happened. I was like, fuck. But yeah, that's it's a lot of unlearning to do.
Biracial people can claim to be white, and they do claim to be white. Like,
they can.
I know plenty of mixed race men and women who identify as all of the above, white, black, and both handed or all they intersection. So you can't say what they can't claim. They do claim it. Mariah Carey claims both sides. She might identify as a black woman, but she's also not monolithic. Plenty of people, it's a whole panel discussion going on in a whole nother sector about this woman who she appears white to some people, but she identifies as black. And some people are like, well, and then somebody made the mistake of calling her a white woman, and she was like, I'm not white, I'm black, I'm biracial, I identify as black. And so the conversation became like, well, why do you have an issue with being called white? Because you are biracial, and you don't have an issue with claiming your black identity. You don't have an issue with that. So why would you have an issue with the other half of your being, or 1/3, or whatever the fuck it is? I
was gonna say Ratchet today said the point is that they are not embraced as white most often, but the same thing happens when black. Like my sister, she's biracial, but however, even though she has been around us, she black, and she's part of the culture, she hood, all that. But however, people still look at her as not black. And plus, keep in mind, we seen that yesterday with the panel yesterday when they was talking about I don't want to say their names. The whole situation with old girl and I think Sector or whatever, and he said that he doesn't look at her as a black woman. It's a perfect example.
And guess what? If Breaking the Culture wanted to, even if she is biracial, but if she wanted to, I think she's Sicilian or something. I forgot what else she mixed with. But if she wanted to identify as Sicilian, she can, even though she's mixed race, even though she's a biracial woman. Like, biracial people have the luxury of identifying however the fuck they see fit. It's their claim, and that's what they're afforded. Now, it doesn't matter whether we accept them or not. I'm arguing that they have the right to identify as either all of their intersections or to identify as whatever intersection they're comfortable with. They have the right to do that. And so, yeah, that and moving along.
Now, speaking of white people.
Now, girl, let's chow. First of all, let me be, because I meant to insert the scene of the Olsen twins feuding on the bus before they got off. That led to both of them getting their ass whooped by Black Massa. I honestly felt like that fight was scripted, because I'm just like, y'all was just gang banging and Drisha deep throating Corday Stewart Caldwell on the promo set. Y'all was just tag teaming Andrisha with white privilege. the day before. And now y'all on the Uber bus and y'all got a feud. It was so cringy and goofy and corny as fuck. So before we even get into what happened off the bus, did you feel like that altercation was authentic? Not even mentioning that them hoes were swinging and intentionally missing one another, which furthered my narrative that this was for camera time, girl.
I don't even know, because honestly, like, even when they was fighting the Relly or whatever, they still was fighting the same. But I will say this is that and this is the reason why I said with Dylan, I still got somewhat of an innocence, because it's the whole thing of, I think they just got caught up in that moment of people gassing them up. Well, they said you the baddest. I said you the baddest. And then he said this, that, and the third. Well, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Because I did notice that Dylan at times would look at the camera. It was like, it was a quick look, Just, well, do you want to fight? And next thing you know, he going to attack William or whatever. But I think it's just one of the things, you getting caught up in the camera, getting caught up in trying to, put on for the show, which is another reason. It goes back to the thing I was saying. The whole thing I was saying is like, you've been watching Bad Girls Club. We all know the culture of Bad Girls Club, and now you're trying to emulate that in Bad Boys Club and embody somebody else's personality instead of allowing it to naturally flow. That's why when the fight was going on, y'all was looking crazy. I was like, girl, what? Like, this, honestly, this not supposed to be happening right now. Like, if y'all gonna get into it, let it be authentic, let it flow. Like,
I don't think it's just about emulating the Bad Girls Club. I think it's also just like the format of reality TV, where you literally know that you're on a drama show and conflict determines your willingness to engage in conflict, determines your camera time. And so, this is how you make sure you get edited into the episodes, is by knucking and bucking on bitches. And so I'm just like, because the gag is, and me and you were talking about this offline, is especially like the LGBT community don't need no motherfucking cameras to fight. We tear up Pride, we tear up the gay parade, we tear up events, bitch. We some fighting ass motherfucking hoes. We will burn down LA. Like, this is what we do. So it's just that niggas got a camera on them and capturing the likeness. But for these particular mayonnaise folk, this shit just was screaming inauthentic. And not to mention that Darrell ass
wait, hold up.
Couldn't even make it out of the goddamn lift without, this bitch rolled down several flights of goddamn steps, folded himself up into an envelope, and shipped his goddamn self back to Louisiana, girl. That's how hard this bitch slithered out of the goddamn van.
Not slithered. But okay. So I do want to say this. I'll do want to say this. I'm gonna say this because it's like, but that also goes to what I was saying earlier as well. Because you said it, but you didn't say it, but you said it. Yeah, it's the whole thing of, if you, yes, it's about camera time, but if you knucking and bucking, eventually we gonna see that's not really you, because we seen it when Rail was going at him or whatever. Then yes, I do believe with Dylan it was unjustified, and Williams it was unjustified, whatever. You was in the back, oh, they're gonna chop me, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Okay, I can see that. But then with William, you going back and forth. Not one, you talking shit in your interviews. Oh, the angle of that shit was funny. He was like, oh yeah, I never seen this part of Relly, but however, you gonna knock somebody else out, you're not gonna knock me out. But however, you get knocked left and right, and you over here getting your ass beat.
Oh, look at how scared Justin Bieber looked. Look at how shook he was.
He was shook.
This was after he got knotted up, girl.
Yes, and keep in mind, not only that, you was just knucking and bucking. How am I gonna do it now? However, when it comes to the case of Dylan, I can understand, because like, bitch, what the fuck you come from? But when I'm talking about William, is that you was talking all that shit in your interviews, you was knucking and you bucking, and then you was getting knocked out, and then not only that, you went later on.
They both was talking all that shit.
But however, you later on went to go apologize, because you didn't want no smoke. Like, that's the thing. And I'm like, it's not authentic to you, so stop trying to put that on. Like, that's what I be saying. Like, be like, if it's not really, like, girl,
like, Justin Bieber got Justin Bieber got shook by the Black Messiah, bitch. That bitch converted into Islam after he had a third encounter with the goddamn thorns and that goddamn bush he became one with.
Okay, Virgo. Okay, so the thing is that I'm gonna say for me, I don't think that when Relly and Dylan and Relly and Williams was fake, but we're talking about when Dylan and Williams is going back and forth. We kind of think that was like a girl.
No, yeah, we ain't talking about when Black Massa gave the white slaves an old nasty lashing on the plantation. We talking about the mayonnaise on mayonnaise crime that was committed on the van was completely scripted. Both of them hoes had forced that motherfucking altercation. Now, what happened after the goddamn set? That shit was 100. Now,
that shit made me mad. Like,
I'm gonna say this, baby.
That was some Atlanta shit. I ain't gonna flex.
I felt like Darrell should receive reparations. I feel like this was payback, bitch, for all the things our ancestors have gone through, girl. All he did was make these mayonnaise folk have to actually be black because he saw them coming around with their BBLs, talking all this shit, using all the culture, speaking like they from the culture, and all he did, baby, was put them on a rite of passage and put their motherfucking face on them hot coals and see who was gonna survive nigga. Yeah, for who was gonna be for real, baby. He put, and I feel like, girl, the black community need to pull one out of Darrell's book, baby. This how we need to treat all motherfucking mayonnaise folk before they get to the motherfucking cookout, bitch.
You know
make
what's
their
funny?
ass really be black, bitch.
Well, you know what's funny?
If they can stand the rain, they get a plate of barbecue, girl.
Hello, you know what's funny? The funny thing is when I seen him doing the whole thing of if you don't hit her, I'm gonna hit your ass. That reminded me of like a big brother telling the little brother, you better fuck him up because if you don't, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like that shit reminded me of that. I was like, girl, what the fuck? Now, Miss Dillon, I'm sorry. After I got done with Miss Williams, Miss Relly, you would have to see me. Who the fuck you talking to? Bitch, you gonna do what? You gonna hit who? Bitch, you just met me. Bitch, you don't know me like that. And even if you do know me like that, if you knew me like that, you would know not to say anything like that to me, bitch. I was like, oh, girl. I was like, wait, what? I was like, girl.
Girl, I mean, I'm sorry.
That's why I was laughing because Williams was in his professional way.
Darrell was tearing them. He was tearing them mayonnaise folk up, baby, in a goddamn driveway, baby, tearing their motherfucking ass up, bitch. And this still ain't even half of what Kunta Kinte went through on the cornfield, bitch. This still ain't nothing compared to what motherfucking Emmett Till went through, bitch, when he was dragged to the point of his goddamn eyeballs bulging all upside of his motherfucking head and shit, bitch. So knocking these motherfucking mayonnaise folk upside their motherfucking dome, girl, to make sure that they are well deserving of the plate they about to feast on in the motherfucking cookout, girl. It's only right these bitches will live.
Wait, I will say this. This is the perfect picture. Because that shit was so funny to me. When Williams was in the confessional talking about something. Rarely me and him had a pass. So I didn't see this side of him because I didn't think he was a fighter. But however, the next statement he made, he was like, oh shit, this shit funny as fuck to me. The next statement he made, he was like, oh, what's that? He said, oh, let me calm down, bitch. That shit was hilarious. He was like, oh, you go knock somebody else out, bitch. You ain't for to knock me out. And then we seen this scene of him get his ass beat. Oh my god. Oh my god. That shit took me out, bitch. Because he was so bitch.
Girl, that was the before and after, girl. The before and
Oh my God, Jesus.
Baby.
He was over to get his ass beat, but he was
When culture it goes wrong. Imagine what these black women will do, girl, if they ever get their hands on them Jenners, bitch. Okay? Bitch, that's why Kim Kardashian know to have about 17 goddamn security guards, girl, because girl, she know this is what's coming, girl. If black women ever get their motherfucking hands on them Kardashians, bitch. Reparations, girl. 2-3 to the motherfucking dome, hoe.
Wait, hold up, bitch, y'all got me sweating. Wait, another thing that was had me laughing because I was thinking about it because he was saying all this shit in his confessionals, and I'm like,
both of them was him and Justin Bieber, Lady Gaga and Justin Bieber ass.
Wait, but he had me dying because he was saying all this shit in his confessionals, and I'm like, bitch, you already got your ass whooped. This you do your confessional after the fact, bitch. You already know you lost, bitch. That shit took me out. I'm like, I know you did not go in that confessional talking that shit, knowing damn well you just got your ass whooped. Oh my God, that shit took me out. And keep in mind, Relly is drunk, so which means that typically when people be drunk, they probably don't be on the AA game because they kind of be like,
no, them hoes ain't never got. These hoes can't fight. These hoes got time.
That's the point I'm making.
Their whole life, girl. They got put in the corner their whole life, girl. These hoes ain't never been touched. That's why they was. That's why they were swinging on carbon monoxide, bitch. They were swinging at oxygen, hoe.
Oh my God.
You can tell these hoes ain't never been kissed before, bitch. These were virgins to the party, girl. But Gworl made sure, girl, to pop a bitch's cherry.
Now,
and I ain't mad.
I will say this though. I do want to see what's going to happen later on in the season with Gworl. As in, you did all of this because, as we already see, they're not really fighters. Now, Milan just swung on you. I want to see what's going to happen next. You better do your big one, bitch.
Girl, I ain't here for that.
Oh, that shit was funny.
Okay, girl,
I'm hot, bitch.
Hold on. What I'm at?
That shit was funny, girl. You go knock somebody else out.
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Once again, shout out to the motherfucking house, girl. The house was sickening, okay? Like I said, they put the budget into that shit, okay? But mayonnaise hoe on the bus, like that shit was absolutely ridiculous. Okay, because first of all, Justin Bieber started the goddamn fight and then ran from the damn fight that he started. Okay. And then mayonnaise bitch number 2 was with the shits until the goddamn crime mob was committed against his ass. And Gworl was fucking like that whole scene is just like reality history. I guarantee you. That's like gonna be legendary reality iconic TV fucking moments. Okay.
That was funny.
Now, first of all, I don't know why they didn't give Justin Bieber a Band-Aid, bitch. Some Neurosporin, girl. They really let Justin Bieber walk around the rest of the goddamn episode with this goddamn blood stain on the side of his mouth. I don't know whether they left it there to remind him of his whiteness, girl. Let me tell you something, bitch. Hold on, let me tell you, because we're going to come back to this scene, girl. When I saw this scene, bitch, both these hoes
he had a scab.
Are knotted up, scratched up, plastic goddamn face, red and pink, girl. And the only happy bitch in the room is Master Girl. I said, girl, how mighty we fall. Gworl made their ass white again.
Oh my God.
He made their ass white again.
He did.
Look how happy them hoes. Girl, he made them hoes white again, bitch.
Oh my God, Jesus.
Them hoes came on thinking they was the city girls, baby, thinking they was the baddest bitch girl. After they got a little licking and a little sticking, baby. They was Caucasian again. Baby, shout out to motherfucking Where the Money Reside, baby, with a girl, I'm gonna have to cash app Gworl. Yeah. I'll be Gworl's motherfucking cash app.
Because I don't know. It's like, girl, that shit was funny. So yeah. So now Natalie go. Now she want to talk to everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Really, he did clock her. He was like, girl, how you gonna get mad at us for doing something that you created a show for us to do?
Period.
Like, I understand as an executive producer, you're supposed to pretend like you're supposed to care. However, when you get behind the scenes, you be like, ching, yes, ma'am, bitch. TV gold, bitch. Oh
Let
my
me
God.
be honest. I know that Darrell is getting his fair share of heat, girl, but I honestly, I'm on the side of Darrell, even when it comes to Natalie, because the reality is, girl, Darrell is the only one who is being fucking honest about what the fuck they all signed up for. That's why he ain't here for the bullshit, because he like, girl, the name of the show is Bad Boys LA. It's produced by a bitch who made a complete ass of herself on her season of Bad Girls Club.
Seasons,
whatever it was. And don't be pretending, girl, that you got us up in this bitch to be kumbaya. Mm-hmm. I'm just making it easier for your producers, girl, by getting straight to the ass kicking into bullshit, by being on my bald-headed whole shit out the gate, girl. So I would have preferred them for Zeus producers and Natalie to just keep it 100, girl, and round of applause, bitch. Yes, girl. This is exactly what we paying you hoes to do, girl. We ain't even gotta push y'all bitches, girl. Y'all just own the bald-headed whole tricep already. So
I think
I was here for Darrell calling the bullshit
to
the table, testify in the name of the Father, Son, and the motherfucking Holy Daughter in this motherfucker. Stop with the capping.
I think the thing, if production was actually gonna try to, oh shit, hold up, oh Lord, I'm about to sneeze. Oh jeez, I'm allergic to these bitches. Okay, so thank you. All right, so I think if they were gonna try to go for that type of rule, because the same thing happened on BGC when the producers, you guys can't do that. No, damn, but they still going like this. You should send somebody, as in one of your partners that's also a producer, and you make them go tell the cast that. You can sit there and go like this, have your head down or whatever, because it's the point of, okay, you probably have the right message if for the surface level, but at the same time, you're most definitely the wrong messenger, because girl,
exactly,
which is the reason why I said seasons, because it's not like you acted up on one season, it's every other season, because guess what, you understood the exact same assignment that some of the cast are doing right now. So I'm like, girl.
Yeah, it was just like,
if you
girl,
want to go for that look, have your homeboys or homegirls.
Yeah, like, girl, send that hoe to a hotel to get so she can shit out some of this Hennessy, girl, and come back clear and sober, girl. But don't be giving her no motherfucking speech like y'all don't got all these niggas here for the shit show of it all. Like, motherfucking stop it. Me and my homegirl didn't appreciate it, girl, because if you can't go to Bella Noche's for an honest motherfucking conversation, bitch, then where the fuck can you really go? Where can you really go?
Okay, this shit. Okay, before we get to this, bitch, they did that shit. Okay, so when Natalie was giving her speech about and all that other stuff, when she said, okay, we have rooms, I was like, oh, bitch, that's a setup. We have rooms, but however, some share beds. Oh, we got one master. I was like, girl, that's a setup right there. Yeah. I said, girl, that's a setup right there. That is
that's the bullshit that Darrell. That's the bullshit that motherfucking Darrell talking about. Girl, it's the bullshit of it all.
I'm like, girl,
because I already knew of it all, baby. They just mad because Darrell sees straight through the full la, baby.
I'm not gonna lie. After watching the show, I was like, damn, I think this kind of show I kind of want to be on. But I was like, girl, I don't know. I was like,
you make sure that the check's clear first.
Exactly.
Because when Andrisha girl thought she was going to run off with a motherfucking Zeus Network check, baby, they cease and desisted, baby. That motherfucking cashier's check, baby.
Came back.
Period. Bounced, bitch.
Bounced about his account into theirs, bitch. Oh my God!
Let me see what the fuck we had in these notes, girl.
It says the room situation, girl, and then everybody was finding their room.
Girl, I'm sorry. I was here. I'm sorry. I still can't get over it. Girl, I was here for Darrell making these motherfucking hoes. He was buck breaking these motherfucking niggas. So like, girl, it was just a reverse racism for me, girl. I was here for it, girl. We hardly see anything like this, girl. So I gotta say for the flavor, bitch. This is probably the closest we gonna get to justice out here in these streets as black folk, bitch. So I'm just never gonna let Black America forget to put some motherfucking respect on motherfucking Darrell's name. Okay.
Now I will say this is that the only thing with Darrell, I just want to see if he's gonna keep the same energy with other people. Because bitch, if you don't, bitch, I'm like, girl, so you did that to them because you thought they couldn't fight. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna be on his ass. But we gonna see. Cause girl. Now let's get into this whole room situation because bitch, I'm ready.
Okay, room. Hold on, I gotta see something. Okay, all right. I ain't put it in there. Damn it. Okay, go ahead. Room.
All right, so I was gonna talk about Gutter and Carry On. All right,
so
okay. They good. I was living for them. I was like, oh, I was like, come on, homosexual.
Baby,
yes. Come on,
this time be all up in my girl. Let me tell you why I was gagging reckless because this time be all up in my man face.
This bitch. You feel like pussy. You feel like cunt.
What you said, then? Girl, I was fucking hot. Okay, go ahead. Go off.
Bitch, when I tell you I was living for this, I was like, yes. I said, come on, homosexual love interest. Y'all better contribute to the gay agenda. I said, y'all better contribute to the gay agenda. I know that's right. Let me stop saying that.
And look at Carry On, girl. He was thinking about it, honey. He was like, his brain was thinking to the left. It might give what needs to be given, girl.
I was here for it.
It's the braids, it's the butterfly lashes, it's the how close he is to this nigga nose. It's just like the expression on Carry On's face. He was
blushing.
It's the Mr. Kirk Franklin's son. Like this whole moment.
This so much.
The moment. Like this whole motherfucking moment can be sniped. Like I rewinded this part about several goddamn times and I was screaming the entire time.
I was here for it. I was here for it, bitch. I was like, yes, ma'am.
See, he gave up that room because he gonna get the dick anyway, so he would impress, girl. You win the war, girl. Trust me, you win the battle, bitch. I got the water.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at it.
Now this was a setup I was talking about.
Okay, now this shit was just as fake as the Olsen twins, girl. This shit was Milan almost want to smile right here. He almost want to smile, and look at him, bitch. Anthony smiling too. You see the bone structure, bitch. I fully believe that these hoes had a conversation that said, look, when we get in this house, let's act like, girl, like let's have a fake altercation over the room, bitch. We'll both get camera time. We ain't gonna do no harm to each other, girl. We ain't gonna do each other like Gworl did them goddamn the mayonnaise bitches, girl, because the fight was so staged. These hosts was laughing. The cameraman, they knew to edit the other camera angle where you couldn't see Milan's expression, girl. So they filmed him from the back for a reason. Because they was literally laughing and smiling the whole motherfucking time. And they wasn't even throwing no blows. Like, you tried to pick him up by his goddamn ankles and ankles and shit, girl. Like, and then the way that the fight ended was so like, Milan just going into the bathroom, closing the door. Like... Because he was screaming and hollering in that bathroom. That's why he was laughing his ass off in that bathroom, bitch. That's why he went off the room, girl.
Girl.
That was some bullshit.
Girl. Now let's get to the BS.
Oh, damn. It's the end of my slides. No, it's not. So
we're gonna get
So Andrisha, what you think? They saying that Andrisha was too shit for the Ponderosa bitch. She ready to get out of here.
I wish he would have stayed. I'm not gonna lie, because he was like naturally.
I think that the boys wanted her there too. Like the guys wanted his ass there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they was like, oh, even though they were saying thank God, I feel like they wanted him there so they could eventually slap the shit out of him. But I'm not gonna lie, I liked him on the show because he was like a natural person. He was like the person that really get things crunk naturally. Like for me, I can digest that. For some reason, for him, I can digest it. Other people, I was like, girl, you doing too much because that's not really your character. I be seeing you on Big O, and girl, that's not how you like on Big like. And that's the reason why I be like, girl, sometimes I feel like they be forcing it because it's like you get on the show, you portray one way, but however, on other apps or other, they be bullying you. They kind of bully you over there. So that's why I'll be like, girl, you're not what you trying to trying to put on. So
they're not. Yeah. This is the thing. I'm glad the bitch is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, he would have never came down to earth. It would have been consistent antics, and it just would have got tired and through for me. Like, I do like a little bit of a balance, even when it comes to villains. Like, I don't like when it's just like consistent bullshit. Like, at some point, girl, can we act reasonable, rational, and fucking like act like we got some fucking humanity? So I'm glad to hold on. Okay, and you should got out of there before they gave her a legendary fucking moment to get her ass whipped on TV. She know she would have never had lived that down, girl. They would have been looping that shit 24 hours goddamn day, all across all streaming services, girl. She knew what time it was. She understood the assignment, and the assignment was to get your ass back home in one piece, bitch.
And plus, didn't she already get her ass whooped already?
Yeah, by the public, by regular civilians, girl.
So with that being said, she already knew. Y'all already caught me a couple times, bitch. Not this time. Let me get the fuck up out of here. But okay, so let's get this other, because bitch, I'm ready. But I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, we got one more, honey. And that's this shit right here.
Wait, that was after. That was before.
Yeah, like this is the end. Like this is right after they tried to run down Kuta Kinte here and couldn't get her back.
Yeah, and but we have Gutta and Anthony and Moolah and Curtis. That Rome situation.
Girl, are we going back? That was like earlier on, like this seemed toward the end. Like this was like toward the middle end. But we can hold on. No, because we're gonna transition. Okay. So for the Rome situation. What about it? Sound or what?
I loved this scene. Reason being is because this is the exact. It gave you actually a 3D image of what we talk about when black melanated gay men get into certain spaces and heterosexual men like to try to bully them out. This is the perfect example. When I was talking about they're like, oh, I have no problem. Once again, I have no problem with gay people, but yet you act like that. And then not only that, when Gutta, because for me, I know how Gutta can get. When Gutta's saying, like, just sitting there minding his business or whatever, even if he's sitting right on on a dresser or whatever, you let him know. You have to make it known. You look like a bad girl. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? That had nothing to do with them being in the room. That had nothing to do with them even being in your presence. So, what was the reason? And also another thing too, and this is another reason why I say he's insecure. And also, I just thought about it because bitch, it came back to me when he did his motherfucking intro. This is another reason why we say he's insecure about his sexual orientation, because he's putting on the show. Because he said he has no problem with gay people, whatever. But then he also said his intro, for one, he'd been to prison. And then the other thing is that he said he got like 2 or 3 girlfriends as if that's a badge of honor, and they be fighting over him. And he was like, yeah, we're happy. That screamed, bitch. That screamed DL. I'm sorry. It did. It screamed DL. Because, bitch, if you have to wear the whole thing of having multiple girlfriends as a badge of honor, you're trying to prove something. But you couple that with the way that you already treat gay people. You couple that with you always have to over-explain your sexual orientation and always got to be on 10 about it with that. And then you also couple it with the whole it was something else that he did. I can't and bitch, you've been to prison.
I think, as I said earlier, I think it's 2 types of men that fall into these type of homophobic profiles. It's the niggas who do have conflict around their sexual identity, but it's also, we got to keep in mind that there's a certain population of the black male community that identifies with the brand of masculinity that we call toxic masculinity. And when that's your brand of masculinity, that brand is predicated on defining yourself according to your street cred. And that street cred tallies up how many women you can get, your swag as a man, your ability to be hypersexual, your ability to be violent and to be anti-law, anti-legislation. So this is just showing up in this gay space because these niggas do the same thing even around other men who identify as straight. Like, this what the locker room shit is, niggas sizing each other up and everybody having a dick swinging contest, seeing who the baddest nigga is in the room. So everybody got to run their homework down, and everybody got to have the most gangster lifestyle. Everybody got to do all of that. So I don't know whether Curtis or Moolah is on the down low per se, but it's either there's conflict around their orientation in some of our opinion, or they just buy into a toxic ass brand of masculinity that makes them look motherfucking goofy like this.
But okay, I'm gonna say this with Curtis. I'm gonna say he probably can go into the whole masculinity thing. Now, Moolah, on the other hand, the reason why it's given suspect, and let's also talk about what you just brought up with the whole masculine. Like, I forgot the name of it. Is it homo egotism? It's something like that. That's when you're not having sex with men or whatever, but however you're doing stuff with other men as a bonding. So I find it so funny how people love to talk about them being real niggas when they talk about them being having street cred, having this, but yet you're sitting up there talking about how you are such a real nigga, but yet you can't even be 100% honest about who you are, but you're supposed to be a real nigga. So I'm trying to see where is this masculine thing coming from, but however you're so masculine and you're performative, but however, where is your masculinity for standing up and for who you really are? Now I get why, but that's just the double-sided sword of things. And girl, I really be trying. I be trying to get them to understand the process. But girl,
I personally don't like when gay men are quick to label every other nigga as gay because there's other things going on. Because we can't spend so much time talking about patriarchy and socialization and then remove all of that away to go to the easy narrative, which is that a nigga on the down low. It's other reasons why black men behave the way they behave amongst women, amongst LGBT, and yes, conflict around their sexuality, of course, can be one of those things. We all know that a lot of homophobic niggas are oftentimes the one thrusting who got their feet up to the ceiling, getting motherfucking banged by a nigga who tooting the booty up and who fucking a nigga on the side, who doing all type of freaky ass shit with a nigga who got a side piece of a dude. But there's also non-sexual orientation related things that go into this, and that's just facts.
It's yeah, I get that, but that's also why I'm making a distinction between Curtis, and I'm also making a distinction between what's the bitch name? Moolah. The reason why I'm saying there's a difference is because even in the next episode, he has to make it clear that we are straight over here when Carry On was over there. You keep trying to push this issue up. Now, the difference between Curtis and Moolah is that Curtis, yeah, for me, I see that he still be with the shit or whatever. He be dapping them up or whatever. But he doesn't continuously push the issue of I'm straight. Bitch, if I have to keep saying I'm real, do you really think I'm real? It's something that you're going to see. It's something that you're going to present. Not something that you have to keep stating to help reinforce. Because keep in mind, too, that's the same activity I used to do when I was in the closet.
Yeah, but that still doesn't necessarily apply here just because it was your anecdotal experience. It is your anecdotal experience. But and it either is true in this case or it's not. I do think that fear can cause a person to act the same way because it's clear to me that Moolah is afraid. He has a paranoia going on. And because I know that we live in a culture that has other queer people and that fear seems real to people who believe in the bullshit, I think when you operate from a place of fear, it makes you like, you almost want the information to soothe yourself. And soothing yourself oftentimes as a homophobe means you're like protecting yourself from that which you fear. So he needs to know Carry On is like, what are you, nigga? Because if you are gay, Like that. So here it is. Somebody else made an interesting point that oftentimes heterosexual people want to know what a person's sexuality is so that they can justify mistreating you. So if we get carried on to identify explicitly as one thing over the other, I know to not allow myself to be comfortable with you. I know to not allow myself to be comfortable sharing my room with you, sharing the bathroom with you, getting undressed in front of you. I can be complicit in my discrimination against you. I also entertain a lot of other narratives. I think that sometimes straight people are taking cues from us. And if we are afraid to be what we are, I think it makes them even more afraid of us because they're already preset to be afraid or to think other. And then when we can't stand in our shit, it makes them be like, okay, something is really wrong. Because if this is who you are and it comes natural to you, why would you not be able to flow and just fucking be? Because as a straight man, I can say I'm straight. Now, they don't consider all the nuance that goes into why people hide themselves and why people preserve themselves. They look at it from a very surface place. But I think when there's already a person who's conditioned to be afraid of you, and then you can't be transparent, it makes them deep in their belief that there is something to be afraid of. And the fact that you are cloaking it in secrecy amplifies their paranoia and concern even fucking more because they're already ignorant and don't know. They're already scared of what's in the dark. And then the fact that you won't even tell them what's in the dark just amplifies paranoia. And it's sad because, you know, I used to have my foot on straight people's neck, but I also have to remind myself too that straight people have been socialized to demonize queer people. And so it's not that straight people are inherently homophobic or transphobic, but they have been socialized to be that way. And so we can't be shocked when people act the way they act because that's all a part of the success of the social programming. Is we programmed you guys. Shit, this system got queer people hating themselves and taking their own lives. This system got queer people oppressing themselves and suppressing their identities. We all are victimized by this. So straight people not going to be the exception when it comes to that conditioning. We all have been victimized by it. But because we're the ones who are actually LGBTQ, we actually have the challenge of actually arriving and showing up anyway, despite what we've been taught. And some of us make it, some of us don't. But straight people not having any other experience to encourage them to accept what's been veiled for so long. So I can imagine a situation. I want to give these straight guys a chance and just acknowledge that, yes, it probably feels foreign. There's a culture shock when you have to be around people and be around men who you have never afforded yourself to be around in your life. You ain't never had this much engagement with niggas talking about other niggas in a sexual way. You ain't never absorbed that to this degree. You ain't never been around niggas in eyelashes and weave and makeup and talking about they the baddest bitch and sucking dick. And it just says, I'm sure that if you're somebody who's not just been in a space like that, that you're going to feel that way. But I'll say this before I shut the fuck up.
Because, girl, I'm taking in what you're saying. I'm taking it in.
I'm not warring with you. I'm just balancing out the conversation. That's what because I mean, I study this shit and I know that there are different variables that work for different people. It's an individual thing. I will say this. I will say motherfucking this. Hold on, let me get my camera back situated. I will say motherfucking this, bitch, that I like that the gay niggas on this show are not backing down from their homosexuality just to make the straight niggas comfortable. Because gay black men have accommodated straight black men since the dawn of fucking time. Now it's time that them motherfuckers get in where the fuck they fit in at, and also get to be seated on the shorter end of the stick and know what it feels like to not fit in, and what it feels like to not make up the majority. Because now your privilege don't exist now that the homosexuality is outnumbering the heterosexuality in the room. Now that privilege don't exist, and it's awkward and it's weird, and you feel oppressed and you afraid, and all the things that queer people experience in spaces that are predominantly straight. So I was here for the master class, and you know what?
I was here,
and I'm gonna shut up.
I'm glad you said that part, because girl, I'm not gonna say this. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I understand all of the other point, but the whole thing that I want to make sure I get put out as well, even though you literally just said it, is that you can have all those variables, you can be all of those things, but you're not gonna disrespect me, and that's the freaking thing. You can have all how you feel, as in saying, "Oh, figure it out, get up out my room, bitch. You don't own this, bitch. You like who you talking to?" And then not only that, it's one thing to say that you don't want them in your room, but it's another thing to say, "Oh, okay, if be quite honest, the only person I want to talk to is Curtis." And you have your right to do that, but however, at the same right, you can't sit there and say that, "Oh, I have no problem with gay people." But I understand the conditioning and stuff. But the whole thing, you're not going I just like that. Zeus word, but girl, but. You just not gonna disrespect. You can feel how you want to feel. You can have your things, but all that disrespect, you keep it. And I say this all the time. You take it to 2, I'm gonna take it to 10. You don't want me to take it to 10, you better keep it on 0. Despite what your personal feelings are. Because since you want to express your personal feelings, when I get to expressing mine, and I'm very creative with my wording, it's going to be something completely different. And so that's the whole thing behind it. You can feel how you want to feel, but however, just respect me.
For sure. Now, I'll be honest, when he said he didn't want nobody in his room, I felt like he was saying, look, I done spent 3 days with you niggas. We just got off the bus together. Y'all just was fighting in the goddamn front yard, girl, fucking up these good white people's neighborhood, honey. Y'all been arguing. It's been work and business, and it's been too much of y'all, nigga. I need me some me time. Can y'all please go find y'all motherfucking respected quarters, girl? Because I would have told them niggas the same shit, girl. Bye-bye, bitch. Like, the king needs some queen time, baby. Girl. But maybe he meant it in a more homophobic way. I don't know.
Girl, you trying to get this bitch. I get it. You trying to get this bitch.
I am, because I appreciate it, because
I get it.
I have to celebrate small victories, and I just have to still give it to these dudes for trying to push through. Even though we know that they're pushing through for clout, it's an opportunity for all of them. That's ultimately why all of them are pushing through, including the Olsen twins, who want to go back home, but they're also wrestling with the fact that they don't want to look like pussy hoes by leaving the first episode like Andrew Cardrisha, and there's a paycheck and there's clout involved. So we know why they're all here, but I can still see that, like, I can still see like a glimmer of like I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing the journey, like, and I'm happy that they didn't turn around immediately. That they didn't say, "Oh hell no!" Like I can't do this. This is like I ain't being around all these motherfucking rainbow ass niggas. Like I can't do this. Like I'm happy because, like you said earlier, we get this is like a social fucking experiment. We get to see even straight men kind of get to see themselves through this experience, and maybe even take some cues from this situation. And we're just gonna see, girl. Like I mean, it's just
my last thing. Then I'm gonna shut up. Because you just said something that reminded me of something that I put down is that about the social experiment. A lot of times, too, another reason why I kind of be like real big on people, especially people that I meet, as in the stuff that they say, the stuff that they do. I don't care what your conditioning is that a lot of times, too, when they see it, they're like, "Oh my God, that is so bad. I can't believe it." But yet, you're that exact same person. You just don't realize it. So a lot of times too, when I be talking to some of my straight friends about certain things, like when they say it, oh my God, that's extreme. But in my head, I'd be like, girl, you do that to me all the time, but you just don't see it. Like, and that's the thing I want a lot of straight men as well to understand is that that's a lot of times that's what you guys do. Because even if you're not Moolah, you're Curtis. That's laughing, digging them up. Once again, you're giving a license to something that doesn't even have its permit.
Agreed.
That's it. I'm shut up.
Now, the final thing, girl, before we get into some more Christopher Milan, because Christopher is just a gift that keeps on giving to the show. First of all, what did you think about Milan fighting Gworl over what he calls him bullying and Grisha Deep Throat and Caldwell? Because I wanted to know why Milan waited to fight him in this setting when he had already approached Gworl out in the lift van alongside one of the Olsen twins. No, alongside Anthony, I think.
I'll be honest, I think, well, I'm gonna balance this one out.
Okay, I think that Reckless getting back. Oh, we can't hear you if you're talking. So while he getting situated, you guys, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up this video. And while he taking an ish, girl, and flushing his ass down the toilet, I also wanted to make mention that this is why I thought this fight between Anthony and Christopher was fake, because them hoes was also just kikiing on the bus. They were sitting right next to each other on the bus. They was all shoulder to shoulder, ass to stomach ratio, girl, on the bus. Girl. All of a sudden, y'all turning each other on each other's heads, and girl, get out of here. The shit was so Jesus. And so now this altercation is real, but it seems like Christopher Milan always needs an audience for him to show off. I guess it wasn't enough people around when it was just him, Anthony, and Gworl outside when he was confronting Gworl about the goofy shit he did to the Olsen twin.
Okay, so I did hear everything that was going on, bitch. Fuck you.
Yes, girl, and we heard everything coming out your ass as well.
Bitch, first up, I took a piss. I had to take a tinkle. All right, so when... Okay, so I'm gonna, because I was saying this, but I guess you didn't hear me because I was trying to whisper at the same time. All right, so the whole thing when it comes down to this is that I'm gonna try to balance mine out a little bit, because what Natalie did say is that you guys can fight in the house, but however, chill out with all that right now because she was making her announcement, whatever. Cool. But another thing as well, and this is another reason why I said, when you've been watching BGC and you're trying to cultivate and you already know what it is and you try to cultivate that and bring it from Bad Girls Club to Bad Boys Club, is that the first thing he did was throw a drink. Even though that's a Love and Hip Hop and BGC thing, it was like, girl.
And we knew why he threw a drink. He threw a drink because it would give security time to jump in the middle. He had to sound the alarm that a fight is coming that he really don't want. So you throw the drink to give security time to intervene in a fight you really don't want to have with a bitch, but you still want to make a point to a bitch. So he was counting on them big ass niggas in the house to come, but they ain't come quick enough, honey.
Well, honestly, it looked like Gworl kind of lost that one because he was bleeding and stuff. But I do want to see everything because, girl, that's like 10 if you fight.
Well, blood don't necessarily
lost.
Constitute as loss. It does constitute as an injury, but it don't necessarily constitute as a loss.
And that was going to be my follow-up point. So that's the thing that give me with Milan too, is that sometimes I'll be like, girl, is this actually... It goes back to my point I was saying. It's like, sometimes it's like, okay, I understand you have a job to do, produce content, but at the same time, is this really how you are? Because it's like, I don't know. I'm going to throw a drink to blind you.
Period. Motherfucking period. Let me tell you something about this fight. First of all, this was some punk pussy ass shit because this, once again, it's the pot calling the kettle black. How the fuck you gonna call Gworl out for bullying? But what the fuck did you think you spent the first 25 minutes of the show doing? What was this? You was trying to fight the nigga on the show who's on the fucking spectrum, and yet you calling Gworl out for fighting niggas who can pass the SAT? So where was this activism work? And where was this anti-bullying work? And where was this familiar spirit, girl, when you was in the middle of the goddamn Sahara Desert fighting this overgrown ass hamster on set? Where was that energy?
You remember the hamster off the clumps?
Yeah, I do. Let me tell you what all this fighting is about. This bitch fought more than anybody else. Well, him and Darrell are tied up. Darrell fought 2 niggas. Well, 3, including Christopher. Christopher done fought Darrell, done fought Anthony, and was trying to fight Andrew. What you're seeing Milan do is really attempt to establish himself as the alpha bitch, as the HBIC in the house. Do not fall for all this. I'm pressed and that shit didn't feel right to me. The only thing that don't feel right to Milan is not being a guy, is being on the bottom, bitch. He's trying to be the top bitch in this equation. This is total egotism wrapped up in feel-good, self-delusion bullshit, and I just want somebody to call his motherfucking ass out on it. Because his hypocrisy is all up and through the motherfucking first episode. So I'm waiting for somebody to check that ass. And then he don't even fight well. This nigga is pushing niggas. Look how he pushing Darrell just like he was pushing on Anthony. You can't bench press these niggas with all these goddamn milk muscles. But it's all egotism, and that's why it's like I wanted to come in and be like, okay, because see, I had to drag Miss Milan a little bit about a year or 2 ago when she was on the T.S. Madison morning show, and my mentor was up there, and I didn't appreciate the way that him and the other lady on the show, Miss Craig the writer Stewart, had did my mentor. So I had some choice commentary for them hoes. And this ain't working out well either. Like, you trying too hard. It comes off as completely inauthentic and insincere. It's so cloudy that I would just prefer this nigga to walk around naked and just play up his sex appeal and just like body the cloud of it all, because the pretending that you're not a attention whore is what's irritating me about the attention whore. Like, just be an honest attention-seeking whore. But it's pretending that you're not an attention-seeking whore. That's just irritating me and my homegirl. Because if you can't go to Bella Noche's and find a real-ass nigga, bitch, then where in the fuck can you really go? Where can you go if you can't find a real nigga at Bella Noche's?
And that was one of the things as well that why I said earlier, I was like, certain things that he do, we'd be like, girl, like, is this really authentic? Because it's like you said he was bullying. Okay, that would probably hold some weight, quote unquote, but you did the same shit to Andrew. Like, so I don't know. But and plus on Bigo, people call him out all the time for being a clout chaser. And plus, you know, he does have, you know, that tendency. So So girl.
So let me stop sharing that Gworl because we got to get into a little bit more Christopher Milan. So you guys know there's been drama going on. The season has actually already wrapped. So the girls are already beefing all up and through the internet. Okay. Because they are reacting to shit that happened on the show that has not been obviously aired yet, because we're watching the past as the show is happening. Okay. So a part of the drama that's been going on since wrapping the show is there was an altercation at some point in the season between Christopher Milan's friend. What's the friend name? Rio? Christopher Milan's friend Rio and this other dude named Jonathan who comes in at some point mid-season. Well, Rio was brought on. Jonathan was brought on. There was an altercation that took place outside of the palace. where Jonathan beat the hell out of Rio with a metal chair. We're going to run that footage. Can you do me one favor before we run this little 20-second clip? Can you pull up a copyright disclaimer for me and read it? Can you pull up the copyright disclaimer? If you don't mind, while I share this motherfucking screen, honey. And Miss Milan is definitely upset about her friend damn near getting murdered on set. Now, this led to Milan also getting into it with one of the Zeus Network's producers and CEOs, because the CEO/producer is fraternizing amongst all of the castmates, including Jonathan. And Christopher has taken this personally because he doesn't understand how this producer, the CEO, the owner, whoever the fuck he is today, of Zeus Network, could still actively communicate and show love and reasonable support to Jonathan after him damn near fatally injuring his friend on the set of their show. So that whole altercation took place over on Bigo between Christopher and the producer, and the altercation between Christopher and Jonathan. What you guys are about to see is some iPhone 8 footage of that altercation between Jonathan and Rio, who once again is Christopher Milan's friend. Can you read that statute, please?
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under there we go. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
All right, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. And once again, Fair Use Act.
Fully full screen.
I want to rewind that back one more time. Like, them was some goddamn brutal fucking blows. And when I had watched the interview, not the interview, but the Bigo live, Rio said that he had already been hit about 8 times before this footage, before these blows. So he was already reasonably injured. Hands was already reasonably injured from blocking this metal chair. And we're seeing the end results. And you can hear him. Did you hear him scream? He says, "Ah!" Like this nigga was playing security. This nigga was playing groundhog games with Rio's head and shoulders, bitch. Now, apparently, according to Christopher Milan, Christopher said that this was like, I guess, a non-filming day in the house, so I don't think security was too heavy. Jonathan was out in the backyard, and Christopher said he was upstairs putting hot water to his pussy at the time that his friend was being put on death row downstairs. So he said when he got out of the shower, girl, that Rio was running through the goddamn house like Tina Turner from Ike Ass, and I guess he went for a goddamn butcher knife. And what you about to see next is Jonathan trying to bowling ball his ass through one of the goddamn side doors to get in there and finish the goddamn homicide he started.
Yeah.
Baby, now shout out to China, honey. Now Christopher Milan claimed that he ran a Jonathan big ass away with a butcher knife, but the only thing we see is Rio and Christopher chaining themselves up inside the goddamn mansion as if they're trying to keep the goddamn repo man from reclaiming they goddamn womanhood, bitch.
Yeah.
Because, baby, after he saw Rio run through the house and his wrist was looking like a broken English girl, I probably would have ran to motherfucking sell myself up in that goddamn house too, bitch. What you think of this footage?
That was a bit much. Oh my god.
It was scary.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, even though that's how violent I am, girl, seeing it on the outside of myself, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, girl, this is what I be looking like at Thanksgiving.
But I'm not gonna lie. I'm not so shocked because I've seen, even from the previews, I was seeing Jonathan knock them hoes. I was like, damn, that bitch was getting their ass. So I'm not even too shocked, but I was like, damn. I started to feel bad for Rio. I was like, oh my god, that's a bit much.
I was feeling real bad for Rio because it was an unfair fight.
Yeah,
it wasn't mutual combat.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting him with a metal fucking object.
I wonder if I wonder if he picked that up because they probably fought. He probably got the best of it. I want to see how that plays out. I actually do want to see how that.
Now
plays
I
out
saw another clip of Jonathan fighting some bitch named Scott in a gay club, and he was walking around in the club with a fucking hoodie on, like he's fucking a Remy Ma, beating the hell out of Nicki Minaj ass. So that was a crazy fight too, honey. So I don't think Rio would have had a chance either way, bitch. But I mean, he probably would have had better chances of not ending up in the back of the goddamn urgent care center had he not had to windmill against a motherfucking chair girl.
But they're saying that someone said that they saying Rio hit him with a chair first. I don't know. I just want to see how.
Okay, yes, because the producer was saying that to Milan that like, well, word on the curb is your friend damn near could have killed Jonathan ass too. So which one came first, the chicken or the motherfucking egg, girl? But all I know, girl, is that Miss Rio, if you was the first to take a chair to Jonathan's motherfucking head hoe, you fucked up. Because, girl, if you ever seen the movie Enough featuring Jennifer Lopez, girl, when she was getting trained up, girl, by that big sexy bass voice having ass black man, girl, what was the fundamental wisdom he gave to her when it came to
he's a coward. He's a coward who's gonna step on you.
No, that wasn't the fundamental wisdom.
Oh, which one? Okay, I haven't seen the movie.
He said, bitch, what do you do after you start attacking your opponent? You never stop attacking your motherfucking opponent. So the minute that Rio thought that one good swing across Suge Knight's head was enough, bitch, that's where he fucked up at, baby.
Said the Suge Knight, girl.
Because that damn grizzly bear ran his ass down like a fawn and a deer in the headlights through every motherfucking hallway, up every damn staircase, girl, down and up the escalator and elevator of that goddamn house, bitch. And then when you fighting a bitch twice your size of that, girl, you don't stop until that bitch is snoring, girl. You don't stop monkey stomping that hoe until she's in a deep sleep, bitch. Especially when you fighting a bitch twice your motherfucking size. So I don't know what the fuck Rio thought, bitch. But he didn't think well. Now, what would you have done in this situation if you were Rio? And do you think that Jonathan was out of order for responding the way he did?
Good. Oh, Lord, wait. Do me one favor, because I almost dropped my crystal ball. I know what the hell you just said. Help me out. Repeat what you just said.
Girl, you are on a show.
My bad. I almost dropped my crystal ball, bitch.
If you were paying attention, bitch, you wouldn't have had to unmute yourself to begin with. You see how that works, girl? You see how the Oracle and Matrix go, girl?
Girl, I was just do me a favor. Jesus. Yeah.
I said, what would you have done if you were Rio, and do you think Jonathan was out of order?
I can't even say what I would have done, only because of the simple fact of when I get, because my thing is that the way I operate, I kind of let shit slide for the first couple times. So basically, when I do snap, I snap, and only God knows. So, bitch, I may have been the one holding that damn chair. I may have been the one holding that damn chair. But at the same time, I do think about the repercussions sometimes. So I don't know. I really don't know. Because on one end, if you catch me on the time I'm thinking about the repercussions, we just bang it out. But however, if we fighting and I'm off it right now, bitch, like I'm pissed, I might be the one holding the chair. And I ain't gonna stop. And bitch, if you get in the way, bitch, you get some of that shit too. Call me WWE, WrestleMania.
Let me tell you something, baby. The reason I'll never work on reality TV is because I can't distinguish a reality TV fight from a street fight, bitch. So once I would have started attacking, bitch, the next time y'all would have been hearing about me is on CNN, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
On death row before Judge Judy, girl, getting my goddamn sentence, bitch, because I will mop the motherfucking floor with a bitch's blood. And that's just on here. Okay? Yeah. So, Miss Rio, girl, next time, don't drop the chair, bitch. If you pick it up, keep it up, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that wraps up Season 1, Episode 1 of the Bad Bitch Club featuring 2 straight niggas, LA. This was fantabulous.
Yeah, that's
how y'all feel about it, girl? Are y'all going to be watching this season, girl? I know a lot of y'all said y'all had not subscribed yet. Y'all had not seen it, girl. How y'all feel about it, bitch? Because we're going to be here giving y'all an old nasty review every Friday, girl.
And I will be reviewing this bad boy on my platform tomorrow night.
Y'all going to be watching the season, girl. Y'all better get into it, girl, so y'all can keep up with what's going on, girl. Even though we're going to be giving y'all a play-by-play, y'all. I really... So... Zeus stole my motherfucking idea. They need to cut me a goddamn check because I have been saying for years that if reality TV won't really want to get into some things, they need to put a camera on the Black queer community. Now, I don't mind trash content. I can already say I know that Bad Boys LA is not a good look for our people, child. Because this the way we gotta get on. But sometimes you got to literally break the door down, girl, to get on. Sometimes violence is the way, baby.
Sometimes you gotta be like a little Kim.
The door down, girl, to get in, girl. I hear you tell me, girl, that you free the way and you create an underground passage for the rest of the girls to come through with their humility and their character, integrity, and their soul intact.
Because keep in mind they're not even allowing people that do have those qualities in those spaces.
I'm just saying it's going to be my guilty pleasure. I don't want to like this show because it's so bad. It's so violent. It's so. Let's be honest. It's so toxic. It's so fucking toxic. But it's almost it's almost so shocking that I just can't not look. Like I have to look because my brain is like, girl, what? Like the animals in a wow, girl. That's it's so much to be said. But this show is going to be filled with so many things that can be real conversations. Look at how many real conversations we had in this review. This is why I wanted to do it.
And another thing too, another conversation that I know they're gonna have because I seen it in the preview, and I could be wrong because I have to rewatch it again. But it's when they talked about Carry-On and his father and sexual orientation, how was that dynamic, and girls gonna be really good, girl. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm interested to see what Jonathan brings. Like he was one of the people I was waiting for it, especially when I see he was knocking them bitches, knocking them hoes the fuck out. I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I was like, oh, I can't wait to see what he give. And I'm not gonna. At first, I thought he was like the original cast, as much as I'd seen him knocking hoes in the trailer. But I was like, oh, come on, replacement. Come on, Camila.
Did you see the trailer and how many goddamn plaits and braids was left on the goddamn floor when he was? Because I think that this is their second fight. Like I think that him and Rio fought first time over the room. And he snatched, and apparently that's all Rio's real hair, girl.
Oh yeah.
So he gonna have to get like some infusions or some shit, girl. He gonna have to get an old nasty piece of African girl to sew that shit back in, girl, with old nasty hoodoo braid specialist girl in Atlanta to tie that shit back in, girl. Gorilla glue that shit back down, whatever the fuck it takes, girl. So like going on.
Girl.
But I just can't believe that he came in long hair, don't care, and now he bald headed and ain't got his edges no more.
I really want to see how everything played out. Like, just I don't know.
He's gonna be wearing a bonnet for the rest of the season, girl. He's gonna be wearing a nasty piece of Jamaican scarf for the rest of the season, girl.
But I'm not gonna lie, this episode
with hair, girl, and you leave completely bald headed, bitch.
This episode brought me in.
Wigs not edge. Well, you know what? Because I'm like, why the fuck? If I would have got my ass whipped that bad, I mean, I would have been suing the bitch, and the bitch would have been in jail. But if in fact Rio allegedly swung first, girl, he can't even claim victim, girl. He just got his ass whooped. He just got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
And that's why Miss Andresha left after 2 days of filming, girl, because what she wasn't going to do is give none of y'all hoes that footage, baby. She wasn't going to let the girls put her in a position for y'all to have this motherfucking footage out here to review, girl. So Miss Andresha came, set it off. Her check didn't clear, but girl, she get to live to talk shit. So
another day.
Okay. Well, before we close, can you tell the folk where they can find you? Because we're going to get the fuck up out of here.
Alrighty, so hello everyone. My name is Reckless Logic. My Instagram is at Strictly Reckless. However, my YouTube channel is Reckless Logic, which is the name that you see on the screen. That's Reckless Logic with 2 C's because we are unique. Period, bitch.
You guys already know what to do, bitch. Y'all already here. Y'all know what time it is. Thank y'all for being in the building, girl. Once again, every Friday, 9:30, Bad Boyish Review, girl. We're going to be getting into some tings, honey. Shout out to all the new subscribers, girl. Welcome to the motherfucking Conscious Kingdom. I love you guys. I'll be returning back, honey. We got an old nasty piece of Patreon live on Sunday. Okay. And shout out to hold on. Shout out to Mr. Kurt Franklin's son. Shout out to Mr. Franklin's son, girl. Call me Mr. Kurt Franklin's son. My ass fatter than gutters, girl. Call me. Okay, well, let's get out of here, chill. Good night.